It's an exciting day of matches here in the SSL Major League because we know that with the right results, we could see the crowning of a new Major Division champion. Hello, everyone. I am Metafiction, and as I say, the title could be solidified here today in our very first match, no less, as Buenos Aires hosts the as yet unbeaten, league-leading SFV Schwarzwälder Fußballverein. If SFV can win this match, they will move out of reach of Reykjavik United in second place and guarantee their first ever Major League title. We've also got several other matches worth watching today. Hollywood hosting Tokyo SC as Tokyo look to force their way into the top half of the standings. AC Romana, the defending champions who will lose their crown, are facing União Sao Paulo, who have yet to record a point. Will Sao Paulo be able to get at least a point, maybe even 3, off of the Season 14 champions? And then, of course, in the final match today, Catalunya will host Reykjavik United, who will be watching this first match with bated breath, hoping to pounce on any potential opening created by Buenos Aires and Schwarzwälder. We, of course, begin here in Argentina, and it could very well all come down to this match, as Buenos Aires will be looking to prevent Black Forest from hosting the SSL trophy in their stadium. Buenos Aires have started us off, but Schwarzwälder immediately winning back possession. In our first moment of import, it's a corner for Buenos Aires. Rux Patron crosses in. It's headed back. Balls to Panda. Panda into the box. Fires! And Soren Panda might have just spoiled the party for SFV. Well, the corner was rebuffed, or it was headed out by Lind, I believe. But Panda getting onto the end of it, moving in to take the shot from a more opportune angle. And all of a sudden, it's Buenos Aires 1, Schwarzwälder 0. Ball over the top of 44 and push behind in offside end. While Reykjavik and their fans will be relishing that early goal by Buenos Aires. Remember, SFV currently 4 points ahead of Reykjavik with 2 matches to play. If SFV drop 1 or even all 2 or even all 3 points, rather, Reykjavik could still be within touching distance on the final match day with a victory later today against Catalunya. But a win again for SFV would end the title race outright. Here is Peterson crossing to 44, but it's Kimi Häkkinen who actually puts it in. Well, no sooner had they fallen behind, it seems, than parity was restored. Peterson gets around Harrison. 44 looked like the target, but instead it fell to Häkkinen. And Häkkinen from that distance could not be beaten. Deanne heading in, looking to get the go-ahead goal, but it is rebuffed. Ball, and that shot off the post, thanks to Cabri. With the ball in, it looked like a very close, strange shot. Cabri able to parry it onto the woodwork. And Schwarzwälder roaring into life after going 1 behind here. Winnington into 44. 44 squares it. Nobody was there. Ball's back to Deanne. Deanne crossing into Bull. Bull's shot goes wide, and Bull was offside regardless. Hakkinen dribbling through the Buenos Aires defense. Crosses around Knight, tries to find 44. Nothing doing. Winnington sends it up the line for Hakkinen. But Vandersloot dispossesses Hakkinen. Very deftly, it must be said. Buenos Aires trying to build from the back. Vandersloot sending it through to Bradford. Bradford puts it in the back of the net. Buenos Aires restoring their lead as long as VAR keeps it in. But it has been chalked up. Bradford ruled offside on that move. And you can see there is indeed clearly offside. Bradford so nearly putting Buenos Aires back on top, but instead it does go into the break 1-1. SFB with the advantage on expected goals, but Buenos Aires have had slightly more possession. And certainly, surprisingly, are the more advanced of the two teams thus far. If you look down in the bottom left corner at the average positions, a little further up the pitch than SFB. And again, SFB will need to find a winner if they are to confirm their first ever SSL Major Division title. Otherwise, it would potentially go to the final match day if Reykjavik can beat Catalunya. Bruxpatron dispossessed, but it's back out tonight. And that pass cut out by Bull. SFB coming forward. Bull looking for support in the middle. Has a go herself, but misses wide at far post. .44 dispossessed by Bradford. Buenos Aires trying to press the advantage. Over the top for Vandersloot, but Winnington heading it down, force around Sutsrow. Vandersloot's shot goes well wide. Here's Maximiliano for SFB. Bull. Passing inside. Ball's to Schenkinger, but the shot was deflected, and now there is a VAR review. This could be huge if the penalty is given, but it is not. That was very nearly an inflection point for this entire match if that penalty had stood. There is a corner now. Deanne sending it to Hakkinen. 44 from distance. And that's off target. With 30 minutes left for SFB to end the title race now. Otherwise, the ball will be in Reykjavik's court. Deanne with the free kick. Looked like it was heading for the top corner. And Carl Schenkinger in the right place at the right time. VAR looking at it. Will it stand? Yes, it will. Deanne on the free kick. It came off the frame of the goal. Schenkinger was in exactly the right place to hammer home the rebound. And SFB have pulled ahead in this match. Panda Squaring to Bradford. Bradford just wide. That equalizer could have changed the entire match, but instead, it remains 2-1 to SFB. Buenos Aires really pushing for that equalizer, trying to deny SFB a chance to hoist that trophy today. But Peterson intercepts that pass, and now SFB breaking forward again. Here is Bull. Bull into the box, shoots! Kings of the Forest, Kings of Germany, and here today, Kings of the SSL. Schwarzwälder seem poised to claim their first ever major division title. And it's that far post finish from Heather Bull that might have just sealed it. 15 minutes to play. Buenos Aires would need 2 goals to prevent this from ending the title race as 44's shot deflected behind. Dan to Häkkinen. Häkkinen has a go, but it's wide of the post. And now SFB fans in the stands, and perhaps even on the bench, the players, looking at that clock with increased anticipation, increased dread, just waiting for that final whistle. Still plenty of soccer left to be played, though. Here's the through ball to Vandersloot. Cross blocked by Plank, but Brooks Patron able to force a corner. Corner comes in and is headed clear. Panda gets to it. Panda trying to square it, but nobody made the run. Looked like a great delivery, just lacking the execution. And now 10 minutes sit between SFB and their title. Here is the cross, though, for Buenos Aires. Bradford forces a save out of Saran Setral. Buenos Aires still pushing to try and level this match. Their own title ambitions long since gone, but hoping to at least be spared the ignominy of conceding the title on their ground. But as time ticks on, it looks more and more inevitable. Invincibility and immortality beckon. But for now, SFB claimed their first ever Simulation Soccer League Major League title. I'll have to wait one more match day to see if they can make it the entire season without conceding defeat. But as they hoist the trophy here in Buenos Aires, there can be no doubt that Schwarzwälder are the best team in the SSL this season. It's been an incredible effort by SFB, by Black Forest this entire season to get to this point, to put home, to push the title over the line. And now they have one more match day to see if they can do the truly incredible feat of going invincible. Soren Panda had the opening goal for Buenos Aires, and it cannot be understated the effort that Buenos Aires put in both this season and in this match. But there you see it, Tom Peterson, player of the match, goals from Schenkinger, Häkkinen, and Bull have sealed the league title for Black Forest. So congratulations once again to Schwarzwalder Fußballverein for winning the SSL Major League for Season 15. But there's still 3 more matches to play and still some important implications, both in draft position and a different kind of infamy. But first we go to Hollywood, where, well, Hollywood, as you would expect, will be hosting Tokyo SC. Tokyo hoping to push their way into the top half of the standings. A win would put them, for the moment, ahead of AC Romana in 4th, whereas a loss would mean that the best they can finish is 5th place. Meanwhile, Hollywood looking to get more experience into their young core, their new draftees over the past couple of seasons, in the hopes of creating a lasting chemistry to build a platform for future title challenges. It's a 4-1-4-1 for Hollywood against a 4-2-4 for Tokyo, and there you see confirmation. Schwarzwalder are your Season 15 SSL Major League champions. That little C next to their name in the standings, everyone loves to see it. Well, unless you're a Reykjavik fan, I suppose. It is Tokyo who get us started, going right to left in the orange and black. Hollywood in the blues. Here's Kennedy. Tried to find Torres in space. And Torres is offside. Greer forced back to Adamu. Ibrahimovic out to Visser. Back to Torres. Torres squares it to Ibrahimovic! Well, VAR pending. But Ibrahimovic with an excellent finish, and it is indeed a goal. Visser passed it first time ahead to Torres, who was able to just get the better of Cormier. And Ibrahimovic slotting it home first time. Just dropping back behind the Season 15 first rounder Cormier. And it is 1-0 to Tokyo SC as Kaido's free kick hits the wall and goes over the end line for a corner kick. Greer's delivery, rebuffed by, I believe that was Scud Muffin for Hollywood. All in for Torres. Torres weaving in the box, trying to get around Martel. Kaido's shot blocked and sent away. And Kurt Lightning now winning the ball, although only for a moment. Here's Torres. Ibrahimovic sends it out wide to Greer. Greer dueling with Brooks. 1-2 with Kaido, and the cross comes in, and Greer ruled offside. Tokyo starting brightly, but now it's Hollywood's turn in the attacking third. Lightning around Kennedy and shoots right at Boo. Brooks. And again. Sends in the cross. Tried to find Klose, but Klose's header off target. We're surging past Brooks. Past Dieter, crosses in, and it's headed over by, I think that was Torres. Cormier now. Has a shot, but just wide of the post. Certainly no lacking of spectacle here in the first half. This is another corner for Tokyo. Corner in by Greer. Finds the head of Ibrahimovic, but tipped back and ultimately stays out. Great reflexes there by Dexter Hall in goal for Hollywood to save that and keep it over the line. And Tokyo denied a second goal. Well, that Scott Muffin with the corner to Brooks. Brooks shoots, and Rube able to get in front of it. Nearly to the end of stoppage time here. Well, I say that, it's actually more halfway. Here is Kennedy. Torres in the box, squared it to Kaido. Kaido forcing another save out of Hall. Corner in from Kaido. Finds a swarm of Tokyo players, but none of them able to direct it on target. And we will go into the half. Tokyo with a 1-0 advantage, enjoying a sizable gap in expected goals, 2.2 to 0.41. Certainly worth noting Dexter Hall having some excellent saves there. Could easily have conceded one or two more, but Hall with great reflexes today is keeping Hollywood very much in this match. Also worth noting, again, Hollywood more advanced in positions than Tokyo at the moment. Hollywood trying to take it to Tokyo, but have not had much success yet, as the shot maps will tell you. Still, this match very finely balanced. Could all change in an instant here in the second half as Hollywood starts us off. Kaido into the box for Rise, but Rise's shot blocked. Kaido again tried to lay it off for somebody, but nobody in space. Lightning. Bailey. And a long shot there from Pete Martell. Rube called into action to make that save. Now here is Cameron Bailey. Sends it out for Brooks. Back to Bailey. Bailey's shot, once again saved and pushed over. This time it is Scud Muffin to take. There's Brooks. Back to Muffin. On the edge of the box. Bailey winning out over Torres there. Ripley Dieter. Dueling with Greer. Crosses in at the last possible moment. Lends to Cormier to Muffin now. Cormier's shot, not far off the mark, but it's a goal kick to Tokyo. Ooh. And it looked like the flick on to Ibrahimovic was not on. Although Kaido intercepting that pass, though the squaring pass not there. Now here's Brooks for Hollywood. Trying to get away from Kaido and Soderbergh. Cross in. Muffin had a shot, but it was deflected. Bailey chips it to Muffin. And Visser sending it long. Muffin went down in the box, but ruled to be a clean tackle by the referee. Bailey now out to Brooks on the edge of the area. Martell from distance! And Pete Martell has restored parity here at the pitch. Bailey's corner was to Brooks. Martell just unleashed. It looked like it took a deflection off of Gunnar Kennedy that tipped it just beyond Dobby Rube in goal. Now Tokyo's free kick falls to Torres. And Hood had a shot, but it wasn't quite where it needed to be. But now Hollywood have regained parity here in this match. It is 1-1, and it is another corner here for Hollywood. Bailey's corner comes in, and Lovrich just missing the target. Oh, sending it long. Eventually stabilizes with Adamu. Now Rube with a long ball of his own. Tried to find Kaido there, but nothing doing. Now another long ball, this time to Hall. Settles with Lightning. Lovrich sending it forward. Here is Martel, the goal scorer. Cross to Muffin. Muffin squares it, and that is in the net! Well, they're ruling it as an own goal on Yannick Visser. Let's take a look at the replay. Muffin takes a touch past Visser. Tried to cross in, it looked like for Closa, but Visser just getting a shin to it, and that makes it impossible for Rube to get to it. An unfortunate turn of events, but Hollywood's certainly not complaining. Bailey's corner in. Headed into the air. Now Brooks getting onto it. Brooks into the box. Brooks scoring! What a move from Jalen Brooks! Brooks got the ball well outside the area, dribbling past the entire Tokyo defense. And what a finish that was. Tokyo now find themselves in a huge hole as Greer's corner headed off by Ibrahimovic and Hall holding on to it. And with 10 minutes to play, there's no other word for it but capitulation by Tokyo. Having had the goal lead for most of the match, they've now conceded 3 in the span of about 20 minutes. And that pass forward cut out by Lightning. It's a through ball to Closa. Closa puts it in the back of the net, and that's 4! The referee looking at the review. And VAR will chalk it off. No goal. Well, there's a suspicion of offside, and there you see Closa clearly offside. It was a good finish, but ultimately a pointless one. Kaido now trying to carry it forward for Tokyo to get one back. Crosses in to Rise, and Rise misses from a very close range. And that is not the finishing we're accustomed to seeing from Sky Rise. Kaido now. Again up the far wing. Tried to find Greer inside. Gets to Kennedy. Kennedy to Ibrahimovic and forces a save out of Hall, but Ibrahimovic ruled offside. And stoppage time to play. It looks like Hollywood will record a very good comeback victory here. As Martel forward to Closa. Closa shot over the bar. Parried behind by Rube. Now here is another corner kick. Bailey sending it in. And headed clear. Cabral, pressured, sends it back. Torres gets a foot in, but Cormier still has possession. Well, it only goes to show how quickly the tables can turn here in the Simulation Soccer League. Tokyo taking the lead on 6 minutes, holding it through the rest of the first half and the first 15 of the second half. And in the span of 20 minutes, Hollywood FC turning on the afterburners and scoring a famous 3-1 victory here at the pitch. Jalen Brooks, your player of the match, with that incredible move for the third goal, receiving the ball and dribbling past the entirety of the Tokyo defense before finishing very well at the far post. Meanwhile, Yannick Visser will be hoping to forget that one very quickly after that own goal contributed to his team's defeat. So a 3-1 victory for Hollywood in Los Angeles. Now we turn our attention to Rome, where AC Romana, the season 14 champions no longer perhaps, will be facing União Sao Paulo, who are still looking for even 1 point on this season. I'm not entirely sure. Our historians will have to fact check me on this, but I'm fairly certain that there has never been a team in the history of the Simulation Soccer League, or at least in the major division, of recording 0 points on a league season. And yet Sao Paulo have lost 12 straight. Although, as you can see there, Romana not in excellent form themselves, having lost 5 straight in all competitions. Nevertheless, Sao Paulo, though up against it, against a former champion here, will be hoping to stake their claim to at least a draw to avoid that particular ignominy. Urkel sending it long, but it falls to Pinkman. Nunez on the edge of the box, looking for space and shoots, but finds a wall of bodies. DeFleur getting around Lund. DeFleur puts it into the roof of the net. And on just about 10 minutes, AC Romana moving out in front. They may not be defending their title, but they are on fine form already. Mayhem with a throw. Genkal crossing into the box. Tortellini can't get to it. Now Romana with numbers, potentially breaking. Here's Jerry. Slowing it down a bit for Nunez. Pinkman now. Pinkman dribbling into the box and firing just wide at the far post. Sao Paulo going into the day with a minus 50 goal difference, now make it minus 51. Certainly on the end of some heavy defeats, but hopefully they would assume brighter days are ahead. In the meantime, here is a move from Romana as DeFleur's shot. This is just wide at the far post again. Jerry now over the top for Kimoatu. Squaring it. Muller and Urkel able to hold on to it. Headed down by Romana. Here's Pinkman. Kimoatu. And Urkel holding on to it again. Another long ball, and once again headed down for Romana. Pinkman this time sends it to Nunez. Now Anavier. Q has a shot, but it goes well over. Sao Paulo seemingly able to make no progress against this Romana aerial game so far. As another pass cut out, Falls to Pinkman. Anavier releasing Nunez on the overlap. Anavier again, off the deflection. The floor to Kimoatu, and Mayhem wins the ball off of Kimoatu, but counterattack to Selic was not on. Now here's Nunez. Nunez challenged by Brisky and forces the corner. The floor crossing in, and it's headed clear. Habjanic sending it out of the area. Kimoatu dispossessed, and now a chance perhaps for Sao Paulo, but as soon as I say that, Justinison's pass forward cut out. Now DeFleur again to Kimoatu. From distance, took a huge deflection, but Urkel able to get in front of it. Dispossessed now. Here is Sao Paulo. Justinison forward to Tortellini, but Tortellini's touch betrays him, and Nunez sending it back to the keeper. And Vier into the box, past the defense, and that shot. Well, the less said about it, the better, quite frankly. Muller trying the backfield to the floor, but ran right into Genkal. Selic, though, dispossessed. And Vier now. Squaring it to Pinkman, and what a shot that was. The velocity on that was ridiculous, but ultimately comes to nothing as it was wide. Pinkman through ball to Kimoatu, and forces another save out of Urkel. Floor's corner sent clear. They're sending it back into Anavier. Anavier forces another corner kick. Romana pushing for a second before the break here as Jerry sends in the corner. And this one headed right into the arms of Stephen Urkel. Jerry's corner in, off the post, but still not over the line. Muller now forward. Here's Pinkman. Pinkman trying to dribble past Brisky, who gets a foot in and blocks it behind for another corner kick. And that corner lands with Stephen Urkel. And it is 1-0 at the half. Sao Paulo yet to record a shot. AC Romana 20 shots meanwhile, 5 of them on target, and an XG of 2.51. Not only that, but an advantage in possession of 70% to Sao Paulo's 30%. And when I say matches can be one-sided, very few are this one-sided. Although, with that said, Sao Paulo will be looking at this scoreline thinking that only one goal might be necessary to pull level and record a first point, even if it is only a draw. And perhaps that might be a little small-minded of me to suggest, but with the season they've had, perhaps any point could be celebrated as a victory, especially one against the former champions. Here we go then in the second half. Sao Paulo are starting us out. Ham's throw intercepted and sent back. Although Lund does get to it now. Here's Muller. Sending it back to the Heretic, who hasn't been called into action yet today for anything apart from the occasional long kick. And a Vierre to Nunez. Nunez shoots. And Urkel forces it over. Jerry with the corner, and it's headed clear only as far as Anavier. It gets past Bjanic, and Jerry's header at that post, not beating Urkel. Here's DeFleur with another corner kick, and once again that header goes just wide. Kimoatu now. But dispossessed, and here comes Tortellini. Through ball to Justinison. Is this a chance for Sao Paulo? No, it's not. DeFleur able to cut that out. And now Romana breaking. Here is Pinkman. Pinkman from the edge of the box. And that is 2-0 to AC Romana. Well, Sao Paulo looked like they had a real chance on, but instead it's AC Romana who hits Sao Paulo on the break. Walter Pinkman with an absolute laser into the bottom corner off the post. And Romana have doubled their advantage. Here's Kimoatu. Finds Nunez. Nunez's shot parried behind by Urkel. DeFleur. He dives in a lot. Shot. Just fizzes over the crossbar. Brisky's free kick. Rebuffed. And that long shot well over the bar. And Anavier crossing in, headed clear. DeFleur with another chance. Here's Nunez. Through to Anavier. And Brisky can just head that behind. And this corner once again headed over the bar. DeFleur now. Dribbling past everyone and scoring! Well, Fallon DeFleur with a burst of speed here. Pinkman sent it out wide. Absolutely skins Lund and Mayhem. And perfect placement on that shot to get it past Urkel. And any hope Sao Paulo had of potentially nicking a draw here very rapidly fading. Nunez winning the ball off of Tortellini. DeFleur. Now Q. Here's Nunez again. Anavier has the shot. Deflected behind, and at last went off of a Romana shirt. And so it will be a goal kick. But Romana, despite looking a little shaky in the first half, as Nunez forces that save out of Urkel from a great free kick, Romana have turned it on here in the second half as Smart heads over the bar. Muller intercepting the pass. Forward to Jerry. Through ball to Jerry. Jerry just wide of the post. There's been a lot of near misses here for Romana. The scoreline could easily be much worse. as Habjanic sends a good free kick just off target. And the Heretic, who has not had much to do in goal today at all, sends a long ball forward that Pinkman latches onto. Q, quick pass to Nunez. Nunez from just inside the box at about the penalty spot forces another save out of Urkel. And we'll have another corner kick immediately. And that one once again headed over the bar. DeFleur. Chikimo Atu out on the far wing. Cuts it back for Muller, and Muller's shot not quite there. Well, we have entered stoppage time. Sao Paulo rebuffing that chance, but it goes back to DeFleur. Again, called getting a foot in to stop Jerry, but it falls to JQ. And what a shot from JQ! Well, in the 90th minute, JQ has absolutely unleashed an incredible screamer of a shot. And that sums up the performance Romana have put in this second half. They looked a bit shaky early on, missing a lot of chances. But in the second half, they have been much more clinical and will walk out as deserved winners here. As for Sao Paulo, perhaps hoping to just put this season behind them and look to the future, they'll have one more chance to record a point against Tokyo on Matchday 14. Citizens cross, headed clear, and that will do it. They may no longer be champions, but they certainly played like they were in that second half. AC Romana with a 4-0 victory over União Sao Paulo. Although the outcome was never really in doubt, Romana certainly lacking a bit of a cutting edge, but did find it in the second half. Fallon DeFleur will be your player of the match with a brace. As for Sao Paulo, a respectable performance from Steven Urkel, who was making several excellent saves, but on the whole, not one that any of them will be too keen to remember. With one more chance to avoid a 0-point season, they are away at Tokyo on Matchday 14. Meanwhile, Romana have confirmed that they will finish no worse than 4th, thanks to Tokyo's loss and their victory. Now we move to our final match of the day in Barcelona, where CF Catalonia will host Reykjavik United, who had hoped to pounce on a potential SFV mistake, but by virtue of Black Forest's victory earlier in this broadcast, Reykjavik now no longer have anything to play for. As you can see, that 7-point gap, it was 4 at the start of the day. A loss by Black Forest and a win for Reykjavik would have brought it to within 1. But it's a moot point now as we begin here at Camp de la Industria. Early corner to Reykjavik. Here's Chicken. Sent in, and Neuer forced to make a very good save. It'll be another corner kick. This one punched clear, falls to Zizou Lopta. Zizou Lopta's shot, not far wide, but wide nonetheless. Ramirez, through ball to Andrews. Andrews' shot off the post. Very close to an opener for Reykjavik, but not to be on this occasion. Man's touch betrays them. If you squint, that almost sounds philosophical. Now a deep throw in for Reykjavik. Furious Chicken. Back to Tatayore. Lopta with a shot, and it goes over the bar. Certainly not a lot to speak of in terms of standout moments. A bit of a cagey first half here as Rashford threw ball to Lopta goes well wide. Now Catalonia building. Here is Maple. Gets past Rashford. Into man. And Busquets has a shot from range, but Wall able to get in front of it. Here is Chicken on the near wing with that pass from Lopta. Chicken crosses in, finds the head of Andrews, but forced behind, but again by Neuer. Corner in, and Scarpetta heads it right at the keeper. Time ticking down in the first half. Time perhaps for one more move. And it will be Reykjavik coming forward here. Here is Arasov. Yore. Back to Arasov. Arasov shoots and Neuer diving in front of it to stop it. I was mistaken. There is one more chance here for Reykjavik, it would seem. Lopta dispossessed by Ryan. Yore getting onto it. Ramirez. Rashford through to Andrews. Andrews squaring it. And Jean-Claude, goddamn, has headed it into the back of the net. Well, VAR looking at it, and it will stand. Let's look at the replay, because that happened very quickly. Rashford had the ball, passed it through to Andrews. Ryan tried to clear it, but Jean-Claude, goddamn, in exactly the right place at exactly the right time, put a head to it instead. And so rather than going into the break at 0-0, Reykjavik able to nick a 1-0 lead just before the halftime whistle. Well, to be honest, there's a bit of a whiff of luck about that goal, but they all count the same here in the SSL. And goddamn, got into the correct position. Simply an unfortunate turn of events for Catalonia. How will that have changed the calculus here at halftime? Catalonia have got us started here in the second half. And once again, both teams still trying to find an opening, although here it is Maple, who squares it for Staines, who forces a good save out of Brickwall Jr. Q-Man will send in the corner kick. Falls to Staines again, and once again, a good save by Wall. And this time from the other side, Q-Man to take again. Ramirez intercepting that pass, trying to come forward, but Busquets breaks up the move. Here come Reykjavik, although that pass intercepted by Donnarumma. Although that pass not good, Jean-Claude Goddamn makes them pay for it. Well, Donnarumma did well to get in the way of that pass, but the back pass to Port Tenderloin didn't have enough velocity on it. And you just can't give Jean-Claude Goddamn that amount of space. You can't give him that good of a chance. Otherwise, that's exactly what happens. So JCGD now with a brace. And Andrews sending the corner to Lopta. Lopta, from just inside the box, forces another corner. Andrews getting past Kamenova. Wears it to Arasov. And Ramirez had a shot, forcing another corner kick. Andrews rebuffed from the corner. Here's the diver who sends it back to Arasov. Well, luck or no luck, Reykjavik have more or less taken control of the game. Lopta with the free kick, and what a free kick it is! Zizou Lopta with a moment of brilliance. Curving it around the wall and putting it into the very top corner of the net. Neuer could do nothing about that. And a professional job done by Reykjavik. They upheld their end of the bargain with a 3-0 victory over Catalonia. Reykjavik perhaps ruining now missed opportunities earlier in the season that led them to being too far behind at this stage in the season. But at the very least, they've done their job today. And Jean-Claude Goddamn wins player of the match with a brace. And Zizou Lopta, of course, with that incredible free kick we just saw. And they may not have won the title, but it's certainly not for lack of trying from Reykjavik United. And that will conclude our broadcast for today. Just a quick look again at our scores. course, we saw in the very first match, SFB, after going behind as Buenos Aires, managed to come back, scored 3 unanswered, and became Season 15 Major Division champions. Elsewhere, Hollywood also came back from a 1-0 deficit early on and ultimately prevailed 3-1 in their own match against Tokyo SC. Romano with a professional 4-0 victory over Sao Paulo, still looking for their first point of the season with only one more chance. The question remains, can they avoid being the first team in SSL history to end the season with no points whatsoever? And then, of course, we just saw in Barcelona, Catalonia falling 3-0 to Reykjavik United. Well, that will do it for us today. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations once again to SFB for winning the major division for season 15. Until next time, I'm Metafiction. Take care.